Hi, it's Sarah and welcome to my video. So today I wanted to answer kind of a big question that I feel is in society, and at least to the best of my ability. Why do I want to be vegan? And that is such a loaded question because I feel like there's so many different dimensions and reasons behind it. So I'm gonna kind of try to break this down as easy as possible and as clean and as easy to understand. When I went to Italy, I did a study abroad in the fall. I took a farm to table class, and for my research paper I discussed why humans should be vegan, and or at least be more plant-based. You might think why people want to be vegans. You might think, oh, they like animals, they're just too sappy. There's all sorts of reasons someone might want to be vegan or vegetarian or plant-based, but there's just so many reasons that you should be. I would be very happy if by this video I was able to persuade some people to eat a little bit less of meat. And there are several reasons, several valid reasons why we should be eating more plants and less meat. And I'm going to start off with number one, and that is the environment. If you don't know about the effects that meat production has on the environment, do your research, because I'm just kind of going to graze over all the effects of meat eating on the environment. We all live here in this environment, right? We have this world, and that's it. I mean, we might be able to one day move to a different planet and all that, but I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to talk about that. Basically, we know that we have global warming or whatnot, or maybe you don't believe in that, I don't know. At the very least, you can tell we have living things around us. The more CO2 and all that stuff we put out, the more harmful that's going to be to the environment, not only to the plants, but to other animals and to ourselves. And that is just, so important to take care of, because this is our home, and this is going to be our children's home and our grandchildren's home, and everyone beyond that. So the future of kind of our own footprint, I guess. Now, if you don't know about factory farms, type it in YouTube. And disclaimer from here, because I'm sure they'll give you a disclaimer, it's not pretty. And I have had the honor of watching some pretty gruesome factory farming videos. So if you haven't seen them, I'm just going to tell you they're pretty horrific. They put a bunch of chickens in one single, little barn. I don't even know if you can call it that, but it's one building full of chickens. No room to run around. They're stepping on each other. They're living in their own feces, basically. They're not taken care of. Some of them are standing on grates. Their feet are being cut up. But I'm trying to stay away from the ethics. I'm just trying to paint a picture. These factory farms, there's a lot of animals in one space. Not to mention, I don't know, factory farms should be its own topic. Let's save that. But basically, on those factory farms, animals are producing a lot of waste. Now let's talk about cows in specific. Cows, when you have a farm, I live on a farm, we don't have animals, but there were animals here once upon a time. But of course, we're a small little farm. Those cows that we had here once upon a time would, have their waste, and that waste would be used as manure and incorporated back into the environment in a positive way, creating more life, creating more oxygen for us to breathe, this whole natural cycle that is life. However, if you look at industrial farms, and specifically cow farming on those farms, they're producing their manure, and rather than having 20 cows or whatever, however many cows you might have on a little farm, they have a lot of cows. They have lots and lots of cows. And those cows can only have such a big place to, go. So their manure is put in these lagoons. Yeah, they call them lagoons of manure. And this manure has no possible way of ever being naturally incorporated back into the environment. Their manure gives out, you know, methane or CO2 or whatever. They do have a negative effect on our greenhouse gases, and they're basically destroying our entire environment because there's just so much poop in one area. It doesn't have any place to go. Like, it's legitimately giving off fumes into our environment, and it's making people sick. Not to mention that poop is literally running off into water that people are drinking and also getting sick that way. Just think about it. That's so bad. That's not good. Like, factory farming, shame on you. It's the cows that are killing us. They don't have it out for us. We put them there. We're like, hey, we need you to eat. Like, go poop together in this giant farm in the Midwest with all these millions of cows. So what do you think is going to happen? And basically, the only way you can even fix something like that is just reducing our consumption of meat. So reason one to be vegan is stop these poop lagoons, okay? And stop poisoning ourselves, our air and our water from an excess of cow manure, or at the very least, consume meat, and specifically beef in this case, that is raised on a small farm, like a local farm. You know that there's not a billion cows there. Their manure is being naturally incorporated as fertilizer that is good for our earth. Option A, contaminate the world. Option B, eat less meat, or, you know, eat meat that is raised on small local farms. Or C, try not to eat meat at all. Or, you know, when you do eat meat, only eat meat on those small local farm sort of raised meat. Got it? Okay, there's just one small fact I want to say, and that is our carbon footprint. So I'm not going to go in like too deep on this. Producing 1 kilogram of lamb for consumption produces 39.2 kilo equivalents of CO2. Now, in case you don't know what that means, because I literally don't, it's equal to driving 91 miles in your car and giving off all those fumes and stuff. You know how that's obviously not good for the environment. But producing 1 kilo of lamb, 91 miles. Now, to put that in perspective, you're like, okay, lamb production. Everything we eat gives off CO2, so there's no way to like completely stop that. But just like think of it in this way. I'll hit you with another fact. So producing lentils, which I actually just ate for lunch. I had some lentil carrot burgers. Be sure to check out that video. That'll probably be the one right before this. 2 before this. Basically, eating lentils only produces 0.9 kilos of CO2. So basically, that equals driving 2 miles in your car. Okay, lamb, 91 miles. Lentils, 2 miles. You got it? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a heck of a lot of, you know, gas emissions and CO2 and all that for lamb, as opposed to lentils, and it's the same amount. I'm not like reducing it. It's 1 kilo of each. 91 miles, 2 miles. Hello, I don't need to like explain that anymore to you. Reduce your meat consumption or eliminate it completely if you so choose. Just saying. Okay, you guys, I have so much more that I filmed of this video, but I didn't want to make this too long. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see the rest of the series on veganism and just everything and its effects that it has on the world. And also look at these cute pictures of these animals. Just how can you eat them? Come on. So if I've convinced you to try some more vegan options, be sure to go check out the rest of my videos on my channel, as I already do have some great vegan recipes available. And remember to subscribe to see even more coming soon. Be sure to give a thumbs up if you're liking this content, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see the next part of this video. So be sure to subscribe so you can see my new videos and check out some of my other ones while you're at it. Thank you for joining me today and absorbing all the information that I had to say. Alright, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy veganism. Bye!